Hi there, students. Okay, this video is about words of interruption. You know when somebody's speaking and someone else interrupts what they say, okay? So imagine two people are talking and a third person butts in. So you could butt into a conversation. Yeah, when you butt into a conversation, or you butt in when two people are speaking, this is like a goat. A goat butts. Yeah, so you butt in, you push your way into the conversation. This is fairly aggressive, but okay. So excuse me if I butt in at this moment. Yeah, he butted in while the two ladies were talking heatedly. Okay, so to butt in. You could cut in as well. This is less strong than to butt in. He cut in with a few pertinent comments. He cut into the conversation. Okay? So when you cut in, it's like cutting with a knife. You cut the conversation between the two people and you cut in. You could break in as well. Excuse me if I break in for a second, but could you help me? Okay, to break into a conversation. Okay, so this is less aggressive again. Now you could chip in, yeah, to chip in. I always get the feeling this is when you're playing poker. You have your chips and you put one of your chips into the pool. So you say something, you add something to it, yeah. To chip in is is when you are now part of the conversation, yeah? But maybe you're not speaking and he just chipped in a few small comments. You add something. So could I just chip in here that this is actually quite a cheap way of doing it, okay? You could chime in as well. To chime, a clock chimes. Dong, dong, dong. So he chimed in with an interesting comment, okay? Again, to chime in, you are it's not unexpected that you speak or participate in the conversation. If you butt in, then you're not really part of the conversation. If you cut in, maybe. If you break in, maybe again, and then chip in, chime in, you're part of it. Okay, you could horn in as well. I get the feeling of using a shoe horn. You know this thing that to put your shoe on, yeah? It's a shoe horn. You horn in. You push your way in. I think maybe it's like to butt in as well with the goat's horns. So he horned his way into the conversation. But notice, with horn in, he horned in on the local market. He pushed his way in. And you could barge in as well. You could barge into a conversation. But he barged his way into the shop, yeah? Okay, to barge, to push, yeah? Okay? And as well, you could jump in, yeah? So could I just jump in at this point? He jumped in with a few pertinent comments. Okay, so here you're part of the conversation again. And you could put in as well. He put in with some things that were quite interesting at the end of the conversation. Okay, so if you look at all these, butt in, cut in, break in, chip in, chime in, barge in, jump in, put in, and there are probably more. Okay, let's look at a couple of other interruption words. You could interpose. This one's quite formal. I wonder if I could interpose at this moment. Sounds a bit like Henry. I wonder if I could interpose at this point in the meeting. To interpose really means to put yourself between two things. But two people are talking and you interpose, you say something, yeah? And you can use it like that. To interject, okay, to make a comment while the people are talking, yeah? An interjection, yeah? An exclamation. Yeah, so he interjected, he exclaimed, if you like. While they were talking, he interjected. Wow, that was expensive. Okay, and let's look at a couple of words of disruption before we get to the end of this list. Okay, to heckle. To heckle is to give a public speaker a hard time, to make it difficult for him, to laugh at him, to comment on his speech, to say things, to shout. You might even talk him down, to talk someone down. This is when someone is talking and you talk at the same time and you try and talk louder and longer than them, and like that you have talked them down because they're unable to speak. Yeah. So a heckler's objective is to heckle, or maybe to talk down the speaker. Okay. Yeah. To heckle, to a heckler at a meeting. Okay. The hecklers were ejected. So that's all of these. To butt in, quite strong. To cut in, strongish. To break in, weaker. To chip in, to participate. To chime in, to participate. To horn in and to barge in is to push as hard as you can. Yeah? Or you could jump in or put in. Yeah? He put in at this point. Okay, so if you interpose, you interrupt a conversation. You interject, you make an interjection or a comment in the middle of what people are saying. And then a heckler disrupts a meeting and he tries to talk down the speaker, or even shout down the speaker. Okay, if you shout down the speaker, it's shouting so loudly that nobody can hear him. Okay, so quite a few words there. Anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Butt in, cut in, break in, chip in, chime in, horn in, barge in, jump in, put in, interrupt, interpose, interject, heckle, and talk down.